What's up, guys? Hope you're having an enjoyable Wednesday so far. Just got back from school, figured I'd, crank out some videos and all that. So, yeah, we got a 4th Gen UU match that screen recorded a little while ago. I think the actual match took place about, say, like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, something like that. I really don't remember. It was versus GlaceonGirl. She challenged me on Friday. I said, might as well just meet me at the stream in a couple hours, and that works. And it was a good match, otherwise I wouldn't be showing you, so we'll go ahead and play it back right now. Okay, so, I got pretty much straight DU. She's got a couple NUs in here, but they really seem to work out for her, so let's go ahead and see how it turns out. For now, she's going to go ahead and lead with a Glalie. I'm going to lead with a Swellow. I honestly kind of expected her to start setting up the spikes, seeing as how she's in the lead spot. She more than likely has a sash. So I was going to try to U-turn to break it, go to something else faster. If I had anything faster, I don't really remember at the time. But she goes with the Ice Shard and ends up taking me out with a crit. Really don't think it mattered, and even if it did, the burn would have reduced my survivability anyway. But I'm digressing. I went to Melodic and then to Rotom to bait the explosion, which I thought she might have had, and she did, and that's fucking incredible, because that almost made up for Swellow, but not really, because I would have appreciated Swellow against this Espeon. But whatever, still kind of a cool play. So she goes into Espeon to scare me off, and then she goes to Altaria, which is a good move into scaring me off, but I go into something that, has a 4x weakness to something on my team. So I go into that, she sees that coming, goes to something with a 4x resistance, which, the two have pretty good synergy in that aspect. She chooses this opportunity, goes out to her Clefable, and I'm like, well, this Clefable can't really do shit to me, so I'm just going to go into Rotom, and we'll just go from there. And she's a Calm Minding Bolt Beam Clefable. And I'm like, well, I can bank on a crit or whatever. And it turns out she's got Soft Boiled, and now I've officially gone into panic mode because I have absolutely no idea what the fuck to do against Clefable. I mean, I always have trouble with him, and I never have the right Pokemon in at the right time to deal with him, which is probably, why people use him so well. They find the right thing to bring him against. Rotom was the perfect thing. You can only hit it with T-Bolt, and once she's at +4, it's almost a futile effort. But if I'm going to try to win against this Clefable, I have to pick the right opportunity to bring something in. And that is going to be my Choice Banded Scyther, and I'm going to try to bring that in right on her Soft Boiled. And now, if she had predicted that and went with the T-Bolt, just an offensive move in general, Scyther happens to be weak to both of them because flying. But I go for the Brick Break, doesn't quite take it out, but she goes for the T-Bolt instead, which I'm totally okay with. That means in that low of a range, it's not even going to be able to take a Rotom's Life Orb Thunderbolt from +4, which is, that's fine. I knew it was going to end up losing something when a Clefable got that set up to +4, so not much I can do there. But as long as my Scyther helped me, stop this Clefable from going rampant on good timing, then I'm okay with that. Scyther did a good enough job. So Espeon comes in and tries to scare me out yet again, which I do, but yeah, I do switch out, but I end up going to Ninetales again, so it's like, every time you scare me out with Rotom, I kind of have some sort of advantage here. And at this point, I'm kind of seeing the rest of the stuff she has on her team. She has Altaria, and she has Ninetales, and I'm like, okay, no wonder she exploded on the first turn. Melodic is a huge check to her team. Well, not check, I guess. Actually, yeah, I guess if you want to put it that way. I mean, I do have the Water Stab for Ninetales. I do have the Ice thing where she'll take out Altaria. Now, I guess she was predicting a Surf here, so she goes out to Altaria to resist it, but I actually end up recovering, so whatever. I'm at full health, and she predicts the either Surf or Ice Beam. Either or would have worked out for her, because I wouldn't have gone for an HP Electric on that thing. So I go out to Rotom here as she starts cursing up. I'm like, well, that's an interesting Lapras set. You don't really see it that often. It's got Curse, it's got Ice Shard. And I don't know how much an Ice Shard is going to do to me. I mean, Rotom is but at the same time, Lapras is kind of even more in the attacking stat, if that makes sense. But I get a sub up, and because Lapras has a metric fuck ton of health, I'm actually able to get full health back from the Pain Split and reduce it quite a ways. So if she's packing max spec D, then I should be good. But she has Rest, she has Curse, she has Ice Shard, and I'm thinking she might have said Sleep Talk, or I don't know. She has Resto Chesto, so I'm thinking the other one actually might be Waterfall. That seems to make more sense in my book. But I go for the T-Bolt while my sub is still up, so she got her health back, but so did I. So, based on that, you know, I made her use her Chesto Berry, and I think I'm in a little better of a boat than she is at the moment, funny because Lapras is kind of used surfing and whatnot. But she goes for the Ice Shard in a last-ditch attempt to break my sub so she can bring in her Espeon, and I think she ends up scaring me off for the 3rd time. Frankly, because Rotom doesn't want to take hits from pretty much anything that powerful within the stab spectrum. Not even super effective. Like, if it was a Specs Espeon, I'm pretty sure that shit would wreak havoc on me. So Rotom doesn't want to stay in on that unless it's Scarf. Or, you know, the Espeon happens to be paralyzed. But in comes Ninetales, and I'm thinking, alright, I can switch into Melodic here, and I should be good to go. And I think she ends up predicting that and goes for the... Actually, no. I don't know what hidden power that is if she tried to go for it on Rotom. Maybe she might have miscalculated it. I'm trying to think of what it could possibly be at the moment. Like, maybe Ice? I don't know, it's Ice or Fire. Doesn't... I don't even... Whatever... No, why would it be Fire? It's a fucking Ninetales, man. Come on. Okay, so it was Ice... Ice is honestly the only thing I can think of. Because sure as fuck not water, but whatever the case happens to be, I end up taking out the Ninetales since I take the Energy Ball quite well. And she's going to go ahead and go out to her Espeon at this point, which I'm thinking, I can probably take a Psychic, get some damage on it. I'm going to have to at some point. You know, it's one of her last 2 left. I got to start whittling it down somehow. And it does a lot. And I'm like, wow, that did a lot. And then it turns out she's Life Orb. I'm like, well, shit, I gotta figure out something to do about this thing. You know, it would have really been nice to Death Fodder Melodic here, and then go out to Swallow. You know, provided I still had Swallow. But that's not gonna happen, is it? So, I end up Death Foddering it anyways, just for the sake of getting more Life Orb recoil. As I go out into my Dugtrio, which I know is gonna be faster. And since she's trapped, she can either go for the Morning Sun or go for the offensive move. I go for the Sucker Punch because super effective. Crit did not really matter at all because I do have the Life Orb, and from half health, Espeon's not really taking much. And all she has left is her Altaria right now. I'm not going to trap it, but as I mentioned, I think I just mentioned it right now that it is her last one anyway. So I'm going to hit it with the Stone Age. I am jolly with Life Orb instead of Choice Band, so I can actually switch up moves. I like that freedom better, although it doesn't really hit as potently. Dugtrio does make a great revenge killer. So I think she ended up going for a Dragon Claw. Wasn't really sufficient enough to kill. I don't know what kind of shit, I cannot talk today. What kind of set she was running, whether it was the Dragon Dance or it was a bulky thing. But whatever the case, she did not have any attack. It wasn't really sufficient enough. So that's going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. And all that. I'm going to go ahead and leave some links in the description as well. I actually just got the email from iTunes not even about an hour ago that the Meta Podcast is now available on iTunes, so I will plug a link in the description if you guys want to check that out. YouTube episodes will always be out before the iTunes episode, so that'll go up on Sunday. I'm thinking I will upload the actual MP3 on Monday or Tuesday if you guys want that available for download. You know, take it where you go. Just listen to it. Wherever, because it's a fucking podcast. Do what you want with it, right? Anyway, link in the description is going to be there as well. And I believe that will do it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm probably going to record maybe 1 or 2 more today. Probably just 1 more. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. Goodbye.